Whoa, 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 wait a minute. This car is driving itself. Yes, you had me right. No driver, no hands on the wheel. Well, that's just me trusting technology in the middle of Phoenix in Arizona. Well, if this isn't the future, then I don't know what it is. Welcome back to my channel. I'm still on the same thing: travel, fashion, lifestyle, and education. I bring you my 25th birthday vlog. It's a trip to Arizona. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. So your favorite Dallas girlie is starting off her trip from the DFW airport. That's where we're driving to. And by now, I'm sure you all know that airport punctuality is one thing that I don't sleep on. So as we drive to the airport, guys, buckle up. You all are not just coming with me to Arizona. You're also coming with me on a journey on how to make our communities and cities better every day. And before we even get into all the Arizona birthday fun, let me drop a little gem for you. Your girl was officially selected to be the UNA USA Global Goals Ambassador for the Sustainability Development Goal number 11. I'm so excited to take you all through my travel adventures and lifestyle through the lens of sustainability. I hope this will help us build sustainable communities and cities and save the planet. So we dropped off our car at a hotel for parking, which is fairly cheaper than the actual airport parking. And we had to wait for a shuttle to carpool to the airport terminal. So y'all, nothing humbles you more than squeezing into a van with random strangers whilst your luggage is judging you for overpacking. When we thought we were done with everything and we're just gonna rest on the flight decided to delay. We sat for about 2 hours, and to be honest with you guys, the whole excitement was starting to tone down and I was getting frustrated with the whole waiting situation. This delay actually ruined my date night plans on this day. The whole idea was to arrive, freshen up, settle in, and have a cute dinner as a way to kickstart the 25th birthday celebrations. But then, sadly, things didn't go as planned. I never knew the Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix was this beautiful. I was totally amazed. And at this point, I still couldn't believe that I had made it to Phoenix after a 2-hour delay, guys. To be honest with you guys, I was very exhausted, but I couldn't stop thinking about the following day's activities. All the hiking, pool time, and exploring Old Town Scottsdale. I guess that's enough reason to roll down my suitcase to the next destination. Woo! So the Sky Harbor Airport has a sustainability brand called Future Friendly. This brand helps to make the airport more environmentally, socially, and economically responsible for now and for the future generations. I really liked how the infrastructure of this airport aligns with SDG 11 to provide a sustainable environment. I was really impressed by how this airport was big on sustainability. I mean, use of solar energy, recycling, and water saving systems. Now let's talk about the SkyTrain, my favorite part of the airport. I really like this train because it was fully electric and very smooth. People use this train to connect terminals, which I believe is a good sustainability move as it reduces excess car emissions. So basically, there's no need to hop on a taxi or shuttle to get to the next terminal. You can save £50 per person. That's £200 for a family of 4. Nothing beats a jet to holiday, guys. Here's the thing, whether it's a birthday trip or just a random trip, make sure you're always prepared, your self-care items, the sunscreen and everything. And the most important thing that you might need to consider is travel insurance. Like seriously, it's one of those things you probably tell yourself you don't need until something unexpected happens. Like flight delays, lost luggage, or sudden weather changes. I'll get to that hot air balloon story later. Also make sure that your important documents are in a small, easy to access bag, because you don't want to be that one person that has to unpack the whole suitcase in the security line. First thing we did after hopping off the train was get a rental car, because the activities we were planning to do were very spaced out. And after that, we grabbed some wings at Wingstop, and unfortunately the girl who saved us there was not so nice to us, but anyway, we just kept our excitement on, and the following day was meant to just explore Old Town Scottsdale, which was quite an experience for us. We did a couple of things, but it was extremely hot. Guys, Arizona can be hot. Texas is hot, of course, but Arizona definitely hotter. I fell in love with how touristy Scottsdale is. It was so beautiful to see palm trees lined up in the streets, beautiful modern houses tucked against the beautiful mountains of Arizona and the beautiful desert. I must admit, Scottsdale definitely looks like a postcard. I started off with a lot of hype and excitement, taking a lot of Instagram-worthy photos and aesthetics, but trust me, I got tired of doing all that, because every place that I went to was definitely beautiful and worth a picture. Driving around Old Town Scottsdale was an interesting part of the trip. The vibe there is totally different from other parts of the city. It's like stepping into this Wild West and a stylish art district. It really gives those vintage but classy vibes that I really loved. The best part of the day was having to visit the Turquoise Hat Bar, which had a lot of girly and cute cowboy hats. I really like the fact that in the store you get to customize your hat and accessorize it the way you like. You can actually put your name on it. I was honestly obsessed with how cute everything was. The colors, the creativity, everything was just a vibe. I really love this local handcrafted spots because it supports the community, which is part of the SDG 11, which is big on supporting small businesses and preserving the culture that makes every city unique. I really love Scottsdale, and I'm happy that they're preserving the culture. After soaking in the Scottsdale sunshine, we decided to explore a local art gallery. And as soon as I stepped in, I was like, wow, Arizona decided to show off itself. The walls were full of paintings and photos of the Grand Canyon, desert sunsets, cacti, and the most dramatic sunsets you've ever seen. After all the art and sparkle, we decided we deserved a sweet treat. So we grabbed some ice cream because honestly, art appreciation burns calories, right? Might sound silly, but this felt like those little pockets of joy that make traveling worth it. As we headed back to the hotel, we passed through Scottsdale waterfront, and guys, I think this is the most aesthetically pleasing spot in Scottsdale. And oh, the restaurants around this area, over the top. They were all super sleek, high-end, those kind of spots that you feel underdressed by just looking. Finally, I get a chance to freshen up, relax, rest, and prepare for the following day. Alright, let's talk about our home base for a bit. So this is Doubletree by Hilton and Scottsdale. And Scottsdale is part of Phoenix. First off, location, absolute winner. It was a quick drive to basically everywhere we wanted to go in Phoenix. So I'll give them that. But now, the tea. The room itself, not exactly what the photos online promised. The ceiling decided to do a little drip drop number, and the Wi-Fi, let's just say I spent more time staring at the loading screen than actually posting my adventures. Honestly, this was a love-hate situation. The convenience was clutch, like 3 to 5 minutes from the hotel to the mall to the restaurants and all the fun stuff, but the room itself made me question my life choices a little. Well, that's travel for you. Sometimes you get the perfect suite and sometimes you get a little rain inside. Like literally. And hey, it makes for good storytelling, right? And just a reminder, always read the reviews before visiting a hotel or any accommodation. And maybe carry backup hotspot if Wi-Fi is life to you, just as it is to most people. At the end of the day, we made it work. The beautiful pool and the whole palm tree situation made everything calm and beautiful again. I just want to let you all know that the sunbed betrayed me, guys. 1 minute while I was trying to figure out my balance on the swing, and the next moment I was on the ground. Of all my trips, I believe this trip is a bit different and exceptional. This is the only time that I get to relax and not get into the water. A whole me going on a vacation and not getting to the pool to swim. I don't know if this is 25th maturity or what, but that's something different. Few moments later, the energetic and outgoing me decided to resurface, and guess who went out to eat looking pretty? There's this beauty, glow and facelift that comes with braids, guys. I really looked and felt so young, beautiful and elegant in my braids. It reminds me a lot of African hairstyles that I used to rock a lot when I was in Zimbabwe. And to be honest, I felt so fancy to be in braids in America because it is very expensive to get your hair done in America. So much that I had to wait for my birthday to treat myself to this long box braid hairstyle. I don't know if I'm the one who's frugal, but getting your hair braided in America is not anywhere close to affordable. So the following day was meant for a great adventure, one of the main things that we had come to Arizona for. It was really a mixture of excitement and anticipation. I had to make sure my devices were fully charged, my sunscreen was in the bag, the caps, the sunglasses, and of course reusable water bottles, because I'm sustainable like that. Before the Grand Canyon trip, let's take a moment to appreciate this beauty, guys. At the start of this trip, I was fully in my passenger princess era, taking photos and videos, vibing to the music and just enjoying the views. The roads stretched endlessly ahead. I was vibing to my favorite playlist, snacking on some goodies, and in my mind I was like, ooh, this is the soft life that I ordered. You guys, being passenger princess is so nice. I was just there sitting, happy to see the miles roll by and occasionally pretending to navigate while secretly scrolling through my camera roll. You know how it goes. The co-pilot who contributes nothing but vibes and good music. Highways in the US are so different from the ones back home in Africa. These roads are so quiet. You can drive for miles and miles without seeing a single person standing by the roadside. Back home, oh, I guess you know already. You definitely see someone selling roasted corn, fresh bananas, mashanje, or a bucket of tomatoes. You might even stop for a quick bite or just for a chit chat. But in America, it's just you, the open road, and endless signs telling you where to go. The system is organized, clean, and efficient. But there's a part of me that misses that little chaos and warmth of home. Well, this is just a reminder of how different places express sustainability and community. Here, it's about structure and preservation. Back home, it's about people, connection, and of course, using what's around us. Both Africa and the United States have something beautiful to teach. So no roasted corn on the side of the freeway here, but definitely picture-perfect views and a lot of peace. From Scottsdale, it takes 3 to 4 hours to get to the Grand Canyon, depending on your route, traffic, and how many stops you take for refreshments, and resting. It's actually an exciting drive because the scenery keeps changing. If you want to enjoy your Grand Canyon tour, you have to leave Phoenix early. We made a quick stop to stretch, refill our reusable bottles, and just take in the views because honestly the Arizona sun doesn't play. I was quite impressed by how this rest area was quite informative. They had little snippets about Arizona's geography, wildlife, and tips on how to protect the environment from wildfires and pollution. Those small details made me realize that Arizona doesn't play when it comes to sustainability. At this point, I realized that keeping nature beautiful isn't just about those big global policies. It's also about community habits, having refill stations instead of selling plastic bottles, educating travelers about the land that they're exploring, and encouraging everyone to do their part. Halfway through the trip, the script flipped. And guess who was on the wheel? Dun, dun, dun. This was officially my first time driving in the US. Well, I was both nervous and excited. Back home in Zimbabwe, we drive on the left side of the road, and in the US, the complete opposite. And my brain was like, what are we doing now? But once I got on the wheel, I actually enjoyed being the chauffeur. The roads were so smooth, the signs were so clear, and everything was just flowing. This experience honestly made me appreciate how thoughtful city planning and infrastructure can make your road trip enjoyable. And that's a huge part of what SDG 11 is all about. Making cities, roads, and communities safe, accessible, and sustainable for everyone. By the time we finally got to Grand Canyon, let me tell you, your girl was starving. We had been up since morning, driving, exploring, and taking photos, so it was now time to eat. So we used this time to rest, eat, and recharge for the rest of the trip. At this point, I was mentally preparing myself to soak into those beautiful mountain views and everything that Grand Canyon had in store for me. We parked our car and decided to walk to the famous watchtower. I always get goosebumps every time I get that close to dogs. Honestly, dogs traumatized me back in Africa. We grew up knowing that dogs are a form of security, and I'm still trying to understand that dogs are pets and they're actually sweet. And unfortunately, I'm struggling to get to acceptance. The water refilling system was one of the coolest things I saw. It's such a simple idea, but it makes a huge difference. Reducing plastic waste, saving resources, and keeping this beautiful site clean for the future generations. At this point, I was asking myself, is this AI or is this reality? I really took some time to soak in this beautiful and peaceful atmosphere. Then there's the watchtower itself. It's a massive stone building chilling on the edge of the canyon. This reminds me of Great Zimbabwe, which is also a stone structure. The interior of the watchtower surprised me. The walls were covered with stunning drawings and symbols. Some of them looked Egyptian, like those ancient vibes coming straight from a history textbook. This again reminded me of the Great Zimbabwe, the same ideas of telling stories through stone and art. It's crazy how human beings, no matter where they are in the world, have always found ways to express themselves, who they are, and what they believe in. So after the watchtower, we explored a few more viewpoints. Of all the viewpoints we explored, I think this was the best. I like to think that I'm one of those people who ain't afraid of heights, but trust me, this cliff made me reconsider my fears. Listen, I love to create content, but I'm not about to risk my life for some cute Instagram photos. No, thank you. That can pass. Honestly, visiting the Grand Canyon was magical. You look out and realize how small we are compared to the massive creation. It's humbling and peaceful at the same time. Moments like this remind me why I'm so passionate about SDG 11, preserving these natural wonders so that generations to come will also enjoy them. After this beautiful tour, we decided to conclude our day trip with a visit to the Lower Antelope Canyon. It is a stretch from the Grand Canyon to go to the Lower Antelope Canyon, but trust me, it was worth the drive. On our way there, the scenery totally switched up again. I'm now certain that Arizona likes to keep us on our tours. We drove past crazy desert mountains, jagged rocks, layered in red, orange, and brown. I also noticed that vegetation in Phoenix and here is totally different. Back in the city, you see those neatly planted cacti and landscaped streets, but out here, it's wild. Scrubby bushes, weird-shaped cacti, little desert flowers peeping through the rocks. It's rugged, natural, and untamed. I really appreciate how diverse Arizona is. It made me realize that there's so much to do in Arizona than just city life. As we drove toward Lower Antelope Canyon, we saw some mining dumps. These are huge leftovers from Arizona's mining industry, which is relatively large. They do mine copper, gold, and many other minerals. Since the Lower Antelope Canyon was the last activity for the day, I'm gonna hook you all with other things that you can do in Arizona, which I did not do. You can visit Sedona for the cute red rocks, hiking, and perfect sunsets. You can also go to the Horseshoe Bend. It has amazing views. So we gassed up our car for the remaining activities we needed to do back in Phoenix. It was quite a stretch from Phoenix to Grand Canyon. We were given a whole full tank by the car rental company, but I guess this was a long trip. And finally, we are here. So we arrived there a little late, so this company could not offer us a tour because we were late. So we ended up going to this other company, which is called Cans. And before we even stepped down into the canyon, our tour guide gave us a lowdown. And honestly, it was kind of hilarious, but also serious at the same time. First off, they reminded us of the rules, no videos, because it's copyrighted and a private property. They also emphasized on no shooting on staircases, because some parts were super steep. And if you're looking for a picture perfect spot in Arizona, this is the route though. I low-key felt like I'm standing in front of a laptop wallpaper. As we cruised off back to Phoenix, I just took this moment to reflect on how grateful I was to turn 25. This trip reminded me of how precious it is to be alive, to explore, to experience new things, and to just allow yourself to live. I'm genuinely thankful for the growth, the lessons, the people in my life, and the chance to enjoy life's simple pleasures without guilt. Because soft life is not only about luxury, it's about peace, gratitude, and being present. So here's to 25, more adventures, more sunsets, more laughter, more purpose-driven living. If this trip has taught me anything, it's that the best gift you can give yourself is the gift of memories. And honestly, Arizona gave me plenty of those. And I remain a grateful hun. So the following morning was supposed to be a big one, the hot air balloon day. I was so ready for it. The outfit was planned, the cameras were ready, and mentally I was ready. But guess what? The weather got jealous and the flight was cancelled. You could literally hear hearts breaking, including mine, okay? It's one of those travel moments that humble you real quick. You can plan everything down to the minute, but nature still has the final say. And honestly, that's part of the adventure too. At first I was so disappointed, like who doesn't want to take hot air ballooning off their bucket list? But I realized later that maybe it's the universe saying to me, slow down, take it in, the sky is not running away. So we went back to the hotel, slept a bit, and then decided to go out for lunch later. And guess what took us there? Not Uber, not Lyft, but Waymo, a self-driving car. Imagine hopping into a car with no driver. The car actually doing better U-turns than I do. In this self-driving car, you get the liberty to play whatever music you want to play on Spotify. And I was glad to play my local Zimbabwean music. We pulled up to the spot called Feel the Animal. And listen, the name might sound wild, but the vibe was immaculate. The place is super aesthetic, one of those places where you get to eat nice food, take a lot of cute pictures without breaking the bank. This spot was a perfect blend of edgy and aesthetic. You've got neon signs, leafy decor, and a good playlist. Because listen, I didn't come all the way to Arizona to sleep. The next day was for adventure, and what better way to wrap up this birthday trip than going full on cowgirl mode. So we headed out to Ponderosa Stables for some horseback riding, and I was so excited. This was an evening horseback riding, and guess what? I ran into some of the same people we were supposed to do the hot air balloon with. And I guess the universe said, don't worry, you get to share an adventure together. Each horse had its own personality. Some were calm and chill, minding their own business, while others had a little sparkle of sass in their eyes like, don't test me today. You could tell those horses knew the trails more than we ever could. The wranglers were friendly, made sure everyone was set to go, and gave us safety tips. But to be honest, I was not pleased with the horse that I got. Judy was limping, and I really felt like they were not supposed to give me a limping horse. The views of Phoenix from the trails were amazing, and on this very adventure, Judy decided to throw me off, and I hurt my hip pretty bad. After that rodeo moment, it was time to wrap up the trip at the prestigious Maple and Ash. This restaurant is the epitome of luxury. We got complimentary welcome drinks and a customized menu reading happy birthday to me. I really like the fact that they have a dress code and try to keep their space for the polished. Wow, what a journey. From self-driving around Phoenix, exploring Scottsdale, chasing views at the Grand Canyon, to the magical Lower Antelope Canyon, and even surviving a little horseback adventure with Judy, this birthday trip is unforgettable. Honestly, I'm so grateful for the experiences, the memories, and for being able to share all of it with you. I hope this vlog inspires you to explore, travel responsibly, and appreciate the world around you. Whether it's supporting sustainable spaces, protecting nature, or just making time to fully live. If you enjoyed coming along with me on this adventure, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, life is about making memories that last.